Dive right into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. Another episode of the Bachelorette review and recap. Take 2. This is 2 weeks in a row we've had to recap and review twice. This past week, we did it last night, and computer shut off right when we were about to just 10 seconds before we were done. Didn't save a thing. So here we are. Second night in a row. We had the home visits this week. Big episode.
Everybody loves the home visits.
For all the fans out there. The home visits are what make or break you, too. It's the most pivotal episode in the show.
Yeah, it normally is. This week, it was kind of weird. It was kind of a weird episode.
Yeah, normally it is, but you're right about this week. But, I mean, like last season, I personally think JoJo should have won. I mean, my girl was Kayla, but I think JoJo should have won. But her brothers were such dicks. Like, the home visit could have lost them for it.
Yeah, very true, very true. And so, if anybody that hasn't seen our recap and review of The Bachelorette, we both watch it, and then during it, I'll take notes along the way, and then it's just chronological throughout the episode, and then we talk about them, and then that's our recap and review. So,
Yep.
I've got a bunch of notes. Let's dive right into this.
Dive in.
All right.
First up,
we got the Chase hometown date. And I think my first note of the episode was Chase was complaining kind of the whole, like, their hometown date, that he was, like, afraid to open up, that his parents went through a divorce. And my first initial thought was, like, if you're not ready to open up, what the fuck are you doing on a show where if you win it, the person that you win it with wants to get married and be really fucking open? So, like, you gotta go into The Bachelor or The Bachelorette knowing that if you do win, you're gonna have to be pretty fucking open, because you don't want to be the asshole that gets to the final rose and the proposal happens, and then you get cold feet and you leave, because then this whole fucking thing was for nothing. Not even for Joelle, but I invested a lot of my time in this, and I'm gonna fucking hate that guy. If Chase wins and then gets cold feet and he leaves, fuck that guy. You can't do that move.
Yeah, and it's like the most serious dating show that we got right now. He's not on fucking baggage. Jerry Springer's not hosting this thing.
No, we got fucking Chris. Was it Chris Harris or Chris Harrison? He's a classy motherfucker.
I think Harrison, but if that's wrong, our fans are gonna get at us. I'm gonna go with Harrison.
Yeah, Chris Harrison. If he's your host, you got to be serious. You got to be ready for love. And then immediately, I think the first commercial that they cut to got me so excited. I've never watched The Bachelor in Paradise, or I think that's what they call it. But there was a commercial for it, and America's favorite bad boy, Chad, I believe he's making an appearance on it. He's a contestant on Bachelorette in Paradise. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait for him to stir that pot, baby.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so good. And from what I gathered about it, I have no idea. I didn't even know. Is this the first season of Bachelor in Paradise? I didn't.
No, it's not. I've definitely heard about it before. I've never watched it.
Okay, well, the thing is I don't know how people leave the show, but it seems like, I mean, isn't just guys and girls just kind of trying to figure out if any of them pair up together and
I think so. I think it's kind of like the real world of The Bachelor.
Right. So, like, until he actually punches someone in the face or something, Chad's there to stay. I'm excited.
Yeah. Every week is going to be high-class entertainment.
He still probably won't stay that long, because it's not like him like trying to prove that he's the best out of this group of dudes.
Yep.
Like it is on The Bachelorette. So I don't see him. It's a lot easier for him to not hold back. I feel like he's knocking someone out and he's going home pretty early.
But that's going to make for great TV, and I can't wait for it.
It's going to be great.
So let's jump back into the Chase date. Like I mentioned earlier, another thing that really pissed me off is the whole thing was like he's not ready to open up. He's scared to open up. He doesn't want to be hurt, and it all stems back from like his parents getting divorced. How old is Chase, and like how long can you really hold on to that? Like, who gives a fuck that your parents got divorced? You're a grown man now. Like, he's at least he's between 25 and like 32. I don't know exactly where he falls, but that's normally the age of the contestant. If you're within the age frame and your parents' divorce when you're a kid still rides with you, you're a big pussy, and like you're just holding on to like your childhood. Like you're not a grown up.
Right. And it's just. I mean, him and his sister, I think, are talking, and she's like, wow, you said you're falling in love with her. Like, me and you, we don't use that word. I think because of everything we've been through. Like, when we say love, we mean it. Most every other person, they just throw that word around. When people say love, I know some people use the term very loosely, but, like, a lot of people only use the word love when it actually means something to them.
Yeah.
But because their parents got divorced, like, they're the only ones that are allowed to, like, really mean it when they say they love you. They're not just fucking around.
Yeah, that whole dynamic of that was very annoying. And to anybody that's watching this and that maybe their parents are divorced or that your parents are going through a divorce, my parents went through a divorce as well. I know what it's like, but I'm an adult now. And then you grow up at some point and you realize life moves on. Everybody's happy. It is what it is. Don't hold on to the past. Look forward to the future. And Chase is not doing that.
Very important to know about that.
And with that, the second that Chase finally opened up and was like, oh, like, I love you, or like, you know, I'm falling in love, he's gone. Like, the fact that he opened up, and like they made it the whole date about it, they always kick those people off because that makes for good TV. So he's definitely not making it to the finale. The guy that opens up is the guy that always gets sent home.
Yep. But we don't have much more to talk about with Chase. I mean, we already know he's gone. That date wasn't very exciting.
No, it was boring
Let's
as fuck.
get on to the next. Next home visit. We got Hearable.
My boy, Jordan Rogers. I've said it since our first recap and review. I'll say it again today. Jordan's the guy. But the hometown date where he took her was kind of a weird choice because he's just trying to relive his glory days. Jordan just wants to be in the limelight. Yeah. He loves like reliving like when he was awesome. And he doesn't realize like those days are behind me. I have to focus on like my life now. He wants to still live in his days where he was cool and people looked up to him.
Right. And my question is, because I forget, I've seen the episode twice now. I watched it again yesterday to try to prepare for this, and I still forget when he's at his old school or whatever. Does he hold records? Quarterback records?
Oh, got a little lag there, but does quarterback records? I don't know if they said anything about that.
Okay, I don't know if they did either. But all I was gonna say that is if he said like, oh look at like this and that, like I hold the record for this many touchdowns or whatever, then him and Aaron went to different high schools. Clearly, there's no way he would beat Aaron in any category at the same high school.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Quick side note that I had on my little notepad here. It literally just says, white pants on a girl. That's a thumbs up. Just throwing that out there. Any ladies, if you want to impress your guy, you want to look good, pop a pair of white pants on, and you're already up 2 levels. So, when they finally met the parents, the mom was telling a story about how Jordan was like the runaway child where he would just like...
I hated that part.
I hated it too, dude. Like, he would just run to like the yard like with the bag packed, like, I'm never coming home. And she's like, all right, then, like, if you leave the property, you're not coming back home. And he didn't even have the balls to like push the boundaries. She said like he would go to the limit and just look back and wait for somebody to like call him back in. And so I think he really hasn't changed that much. He's kind of like the little like spoiled brat that like just wants to get what he wants. Yeah, he's just kind of bratty.
Yeah. Like I picture like he ripped the pillowcase off his pillow and threw like a shirt and maybe some pants and like his favorite toys in there.
Yeah, there was
Threw it
definitely
over his
like
shoulder.
there was definitely
Never
like
coming home.
there was like a blankie or a stuffed animal, something that like was comforting to him.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and then he just stood like kind of in the yard and waited for Mom to call him back home. So yeah. that was something that annoyed me.
He looked like a real bitch during that part.
Yeah. And so...
And also, real quick.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, because what led to that is like, he said, like, he's the one who brought it up, too, in such a weird way that he's like, my mother likes to lovingly refer to me as the spicy child. Like, that... He called himself the spicy child. Because he was
weird.
a bad boy. Who really...
Yeah, he was so bad. He ran out into the front yard and looked back for his mom to call him home. Like, if you're gonna if you're gonna run away, you have to at least go out for like a few hours. And like, if you're gonna run away, you have to at least climb a tree. You have to sit in a tree branch for like a little bit, and once you're sitting in the tree branch, then you can come back home and say like, I'm sorry. But you need to at least do that. You can't stay on the property.
No. You gotta, like, go around the block, like, be in sight of your house so you can see when your parents come looking for you.
Yeah.
And then just kind of, like, wait it out for a little bit, like, try to teach them the lesson you want to teach them, and then just kind of, like,
exactly.
Walk out into the road and be like, fine, I'm back.
Yeah. Is this what you wanted me to do the whole time? Because I did it!
Is this what you want? Yeah, you don't just go to the property line and stop. Oh, boy.
So we established last episode that we're very sick of people calling JoJo JoJo. We only referred to her as Joelle from that point on out. And I think the same thing is with her using Aaron Rodgers' name. I said this before. Jordan was way up there to begin with because he's brothers with Aaron Rodgers. And she can't get the word Aaron out of her mouth. She's talking to Jordan like, oh, does Aaron know you're here? Where's Aaron? Is Aaron in the photos? To the mom and the dad, like, to the brother. Oh, what happened with Aaron? Where's Aaron? What's he doing? Why isn't Aaron here? Aaron. I'm sick of JoJo. I'm sick of Aaron. I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear either of them.
You hate it.
I hate
Aaron.
it.
It's very evident, and it's just it makes sure it look worse. But I think we pretty much covered this Jordan home visit. You know,
I think my last note about Jordan is literally Jordan is 100% the lock to win. I know that I'm Team Jordan, and I've been saying it since day one, but I feel like after that date, like he's got it in the bag.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll find out. But then
all I gotta say is,
what's up?
Well, just that the last thing I got out of the whole home visit thing. It was one of the first things I got out of it. The last thing I'm gonna say is, I said it last night. The oldest Rodgers brother is Aaron Rodgers. 5 years after he retires, just such a 20, 30 more pounds on Aaron Rodgers' fat face. So
very
funny
much
to
so.
look at.
Yeah, it's crazy when they were sitting next to each other with Joel and him. It was just like, is Aaron Rodgers actually on the show, but kind of in like a little fat suit, or is it his brother? Because they look exactly the same. So the next hometown date, we got the Robbie date. And the first thing that came to my mind is, why is the Bachelorette using so many horses this season? I feel like they've gone over the top. Like, the first thing obviously was like the horse whisperer, where they kind of like, I don't know, did weird sexual things over like a dead horse corpse. And then this time, and Robbie was like, just whistle and something will happen. And she whistles, which was a fake whistle. There's no way she whistled that loud, that perfectly. Like, they put a fake whistle sound on TV,
100%.
and then just another horse comes around the corner. They're doing a big horse theme. I don't know if it's because she like came out as a unicorn last year, so it's kind of like the same type of animal. But there's a big horse overtone with Joelle. Kind of weird.
It's that or that she's from Texas.
It could be.
Like
it
maybe
could
she just loves sports.
Whatever it is,
I'm over it.
yeah, too many horses. I want like some monkeys.
Not a horse.
Yeah, give me a couple monkeys, a couple chimps, a couple little spider monkeys crawling around. That's way cooler.
Lion.
Yeah.
I want to see like a ferocious lion.
Okay, you want to go to
That's
like a circus?
Or a safari.
Okay, you
Like,
want to be.
I want there to be I want the one, like the little level of like, will they or won't they be mauled to death, rather than like some Guccio putting a horse to sleep in like a headlock.
Yeah,
Anyone who saw last week's episode, I said Guccio on purpose because I find it funny.
It's way funnier if you say Guccio than Gaucho, because Guccio means that you really like between like the butthole and the balls. Anyway.
But that rarely gets wet.
It's never seen a bar of soap ever. All right, to get back on the Robbie date, let's get back on track.
Yeah.
The first, minus the horse thing, the first note I took after that was I'm quoting him saying this. I don't know if this was his exact quote, but he definitely said something along the lines of, I don't see anything possibly that could go wrong, like bringing her home. And the second that he said that, I just knew that he's not going to be around for the rest of the show. You can't, you set yourself up for failure. Nothing can go wrong, and then obviously you're sent home at some point. It's just that's Bachelor 101.
Yeah. Well, this is okay. So I had mentioned before when we did this last night that I took 3 notes when I rewatched it yesterday, and one of the 3 notes is that when the date starts, he's all giddy about going to see Joel.
God damn it!
Bad at that. At least I catch myself. I'm bad at it.
Okay.
He says, this is so exciting. I'm going to see my girlfriend. Like, I can't believe he called Joelle his girlfriend.
It's a bold move.
Weird. Very bold. And when he watches the season back over and he didn't win, he's gonna regret it.
Yeah, very much so. And especially, I think, if you combine what, like, my take was about how he doesn't think anything can go wrong, and then the fact that he's calling her his girlfriend, you put 2 and 2 together, and that's it. Motherfucker's done.
Very much foreshadowing. He's done.
But you were a big Robbie guy. How do you feel about that?
Well, here's the thing, is I was only a big Robbie guy because of something I saw, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think I told you once, like I think I saw something that was foreshadowing as to who wins this season.
Yep.
And I told you I think it's Robbie, and you were like, "No way, get out of here!" And I was like, "I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together." And I don't remember what it was I saw, but now whatever it was, I'm at the point where I didn't put 2 and 2 together correctly. So that being said, I'm still 100% Team Luke. There's no one better out there. You might be Team Jordan. You might be Team Jordan just because, like if you were to put money on who wins, it seems like Jordan will probably be that guy. But if you think that Jordan is better than Luke, I think you're crazy.
Okay.
I think Luke is like a badass.
Here we go. We'll talk about the Luke date next. And my mom is a big member of Bachelorette Nation. She loves the show, so her and I recap.
I didn't know that.
My mom loves it, and so we talked about it this morning because my mom actually watches our recap and reviews, which is kind of funny.
That's awesome.
And so she brought up her thoughts about the contestants, and she brought up something about Luke, and so I'm going to bring that up. This is new, never before heard from Alex.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that, but we still got to get through Robbie, and I think the funniest thing, I look for humor in these episodes, like little subtle things, and something happened in this episode that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen on any of the Bachelor shows. The second, did you rewatch it? Do you?
No, I still need to rewatch it, but I remember this from last night. I didn't remember until you just said it, but
yeah. So Robbie and Joelle walk in, and it cuts to the family, and then Robbie's mom is sitting there, and she looks like she has like the most excited stroke of all time. She just goes like, and she's like so excited to see her boy again. And, like the face that she makes, it was so funny in the moment when I saw it. It only lasted for 2 seconds. I had to write it down. So anybody that has this DVR'd, go back to that moment and like tweet at us and let me know if you think it's as funny as I thought it was, because I thought it was like absolute television gold, the face that she made.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. It was fantastic. And so at this point, my notes are very sloppy because I got really drunk when I was watching it, so it's going to take me a little longer to try to read them.
You just didn't take your eyes off the TV and just kind of like scribble shit down like you didn't blink.
Yeah, and then just with in my other hand was just booze doing this. So the combination of not looking down, the writing and drinking was just. But what would you expect? It's drinks and things. What would you expect?
And it's Bachelor.
And it's The Bachelor. Like
Bachelorette.
We said this last time, but like I think we drink more than they do, and they drink a lot.
Yeah. So what do you got next?
Okay. This is the moment that I knew, that I think I knew why Robbie will not win the show, is because he told his mom. Or wait, let me hold on. Okay, yeah. Try to read this.
Told his mom she loves him. He's not winning the show. I don't fucking know.
Exactly. So I think what I was saying, I think in that that JoJo is. She told. Here it is. Joelle told Robbie's mom that she is falling. She is falling in love with Robbie. In the second that she said that, I knew he's gone, because that is just TV drama. Like, there's no way he's winning it. Like, the parents need to be devastated, because the parents right now think he's a lock. But it's going to be a flip. Something's going to happen. Maybe next episode, after the fucking, like, one-on-one overnight stay, maybe his dick isn't good or can't, like, make out the right way. I don't know what it's going to be, but Robbie's gone. And he has, like, the girlfriend drama, which now brings me to that. The whole girlfriend drama with Robbie, like, I think Joelle is a little bit, too insecure. She's talked about Ben 1,000 times about how he broke her heart. That girlfriend drama is going to catch you up. Another reason why Robbie will not be there at the end.
Right. Well, so there's the whole girlfriend drama and shit, and so that leads me to note number 2 out of 3 that I took, and when we did this last night, you had not caught it when I had brought it up, but so he has to go. He talks to Joelle about it.
Yeah.
He confronts her and says, like, there's been rumors going on, blah blah blah, and he's all upset. And there's just a one-on-one with him and the camera where he says, and I quote, "I just really hope this isn't a chink in the armor." A chink in the armor. When the quote is clearly, when the term is, or whatever, is clearly kink in the armor, like a dent, like something that kind of messes it up. And chink has a very different meaning.
Yeah.
That's something you've got to get that right.
Absolutely. Like, you can't... That's something I can't even make a joke about right now, because I feel like if I made a joke about it, people would see this and they'd be like, oh, this guy's racist, because he's making, like, a joke about it.
Yeah, they hate us.
Yeah. And so, it is kink in the armor. There's no such thing as a chink in the armor, unless you actually have an Asian guy wearing, like, a metal suit. Then I guess you have a chink in the armor.
feel like you just said that you shouldn't say anything, and then you went along and said it anyway.
Well, whatever. Here we go. We're talking. We're getting off topic. We got to talk Bachelorette. So let's focus, okay?
I know. God damn it. Real quick though, we're not racist at all. We're not racist at all. That's just clearly what pops into your head. Let's just go.
All right. The rest of the Robbie date, I thought, was just whatever. I thought it was interesting that nobody owns a clear umbrella. The fact that they walked outside with a clear umbrella in the rain was a weird thing that I observed. I just know that nobody owns one. The only reason they had one is because the production company said, hey, if it's raining and you want an umbrella, you can't use a black one like a normal person. You have to use a clear one so we can see you kissing underneath it. So that just makes me everybody needs to know that reality TV isn't always real. There's aspects of realness to it, but the production company definitely set that one up. And also with that, nobody leaves an umbrella outside in the rain upside down because you're gonna carry it. You're gonna cover your head back inside with you so you don't get wet. But they made it very dramatic with it being left upside down with the rain filling it. I just thought that's something that the people need to know because you don't want to don't get sucked in too much. Appreciate it, but they're lying to you sometimes too. You don't want to be lied to. So realize what's going on.
We're here to let you know.
Yeah, we're just this is just education.
My boy.
Your boy Luke.
My boy. Let's talk a little Luke.
No, well, you can't call him your boy because you've changed boys 7 times throughout 5 review episodes.
No, that's a lie. First off, throughout the entire season, I think I've had 3 boys. Chad was my man.
That's such a funny sentence. That's such a funny sentence.
Anyway, Chad was my man. Then I had said something about Robbie, but he wasn't my man. It was just a prediction that I had, and then Luke came around and he just swept me off my feet.
All right, well, let's talk a little Luke. When his portion started, it just camera went to him walking, and that motherfucker has round legs. He is so bow-legged.
A little bowed.
No, they're not a little bowed. I said this to you before, but anybody that knows who what is it? Christoph Pistorius? What's his name? He was.
I don't know the first name.
Pistorius. He was the Olympic runner that had no legs, that had the springy legs that he ran on. And he ended up killing his girlfriend. Now he's in jail forever. But the same type of thing where he was walking in his boots, and it looked like he just had fake springy legs. So I feel like Luke could probably run a marathon and not exude that much energy because he doesn't really have to do anything from the waist down.
That I feel like because we don't really edit our videos, just seems like something that shouldn't have been said. I don't know. I feel like that's teetering on the line of we're lucky right now we have a small fan base. Hopefully we don't hit that demographic. I don't know. Anyway.
So, yeah. And then it just brought me to my next note. I think I saw them kissing during the date. And it just made me think, do you think the contestants have to take STD tests? Before, during, and maybe after, just to see, are they, I think if you're, a legit, porn star, you have to have STD tested constantly. And so, is it that with The Bachelor?
I would assume before. I would not assume during or after. I would say before, yes. During, what are they going to catch? I mean, I guess, I don't know. I just feel like you're washed all the time, even when they go to, those different countries and whatnot. I feel like, I don't know, they're washed too much. So, if before the show, everyone's clean. That by the end of the show, everyone's clean.
They should do
I do think that.
You do think?
Well, I do think before show.
Okay.
They.
It would be kind of fun to do a dating thing where everybody's clean but one person has AIDS, and then it's kind of like the show.
Dude, come on, you gotta use a different thing. Use herpes.
Okay, herpes. It'll be like if somebody has like herpes, and then it'll be like the show. Do you remember like when Survivor first started? There was a show called The Mole, and one person was
Yeah,
the
I was
mole.
just gonna say the mole.
Yeah.
Figure out what the mole is. But then, oh my god, so like...
It'll be like a dating mole, like, but it'll only be on like late night on like Stars or like Cinemax or something like that. It'll be called like, I don't know.
I feel like you made up that... Wait, did you say Stars?
Yeah, like the late night, but when like Cash...
right, I thought you said...
Not Cash Cab, that's Ben Bailey. Shout out to Ben Bailey, but Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yeah, Ben Bailey if
yeah.
you watch it. We're getting way off topic.
Yeah, we are. But that was... I think that's a great... If anybody wants me to produce a TV show like that, come at me.
Nobody will ever enter that, knowing that they don't have herpes.
But if you win, you get $1 million.
Okay, now I'm in. Now I'm 100%.
Exactly.
People in there with herpes.
Exactly. So back on track. Luke's date.
Yeah.
Another thing I mentioned, shout out to Cornhole. Obviously, I love that. It was pretty much just like a pretty cool hangout party that he brought Joelle to. And the fact that they were drinking and playing cornhole. Cornhole has to go down as one of the best all-time... It was, of all-time, OAT, daytime drinking activities, cornhole. That's definitely up there.
You spelled the word oat.
I did. Did you say... Well, because in drinks and things...
That's what we'll call the segment. We'll call
it
oats.
Yeah. O.A.T. It's like greatest of all time, but it's just oats. Just of all time. And if you don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to link the video. I'm going to pop a little thing up right now. Drinks and Things, we do episodes every week. But back into The Bachelor.
Well, here's my thing.
Yeah, what do you think about the Luke date? I didn't really get too... I just thought it was kind of like funny stuff. Nothing too heartfelt.
I think, well, I don't know. I just think that, well, for starters, Luke's the best. So this home visit was the best. But it's a little different. You know, home visit, I think you want to meet more of the parents and whatnot, which Joelle still got to do that. So I don't know whether I think it was a good move or a bad move to have like 50 of his friends there. And I'm leaning towards good move because I kind of think that's just like depending on the vibe she got from the whole day, like, Look at this, like, I got such a tight-knit group of friends, we're just like a close community, blah, 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 whatever. Fucking keep it going, Luke. Keep it going. Jordan can eat my balls.
Well, here's one thing about the Luke date, is when they kind of went one-on-one away from everybody and they were talking, and then he did this fucking, when it first happened, and I was so mad and upset. Like, there was like candles lining like a curved pathway to like a heart and a bunch of flowers. And I just thought, like, you fucking pussy. And then the second that thought came into my mind, I was like, oh shit, he knows what he's doing. Like, any girl out there would eat that up. Like, that would be the best thing. Like, they would go home and talk to their girlfriends or their mom and be like, this guy is the best fucking guy ever. He did X, Y, and Z. Like, that was just, I went from hating it to really respecting the move within 30 seconds. Within 2 seconds.
There's not a lot of girls that would have that happen to them and be like, look at this fuck. And again, I mean, we don't really care what we say. Like we say all the time, our sober selves might disagree, but I think the only type of girl that is like, look at this fucking pussy, has at minimum 5 vagina piercings. And that's just how I feel about it.
Okay, I mean, that's a hot take, and we always appreciate the hot takes. Like, yeah, that type of girl, that type of girl gets piercings, not for like the look, but for the pleasure of like the piercing.
The pain.
Yeah, for the
pleasure of the pain.
Yeah, absolutely. But off topic again.
A heart made of flour.
Maybe if the heart was made of fire, she would have liked it because she could have done like a coal walk on it.
Everything for the pain, baby.
Anyway, back to the Bachelorette. At this point, I think it's Luke and Jordan. They're in the finals. That's just what it is. It's 1v1, mano a mano. It's Luke versus Jordan.
No question. And to any fan viewer out there, if you disagree, feel free to comment and tell us why and who you think the final two will be. But I don't think there's any question. It's Luke and Jordan.
Yeah. If you're watching this and you think it's Robbie and Chase in the finale, I really want you to say something, because I'm just going to come back at you real hard, and I'm just going to burn you to the ground. I'm just going to take you out at the knees. So we're in the rose ceremony, and another note, Joelle, blue dress. All I'm going to say, but Joelle, blue dress. I think pretty sweet. So Luke pulled a very nice. Luke pulled a weird move at the rose ceremony, where she's about to give out roses, and he did the "Can I talk to you for a second? I got something I need to tell you," which I'm not a fan of that move. I think
no.
Like I think there's once you get to the ceremony, anything you should have said should have already been said. Like, you don't get a second chance at saying what you need to say at the last second, because then that just fucks shit up, and I hate that move.
Yeah, I mean, once you get to the home visits, like I watched The Bachelor, Bachelorette a long time ago. Had a big hiatus. Started watching it when I moved in with you guys, and I can still feel confident saying that I don't know if there's ever been an episode of Home Visits where all of the people left in the show had yet said I love by the end of the Home Visits.
Right.
Like, we had a time where you need to say it. You know you want to say it, just fucking say it.
Which is, he's kind of pulling a Chase, where he's like, I'm not going to say it, but then it's like last second, he's like, oh, I need to say it.
Yeah.
So your boy has kind of a Chase vibe to him. How do you feel about that?
No, he doesn't have a Chase vibe to him. Shut the hell up. There's no Chase vibe. This isn't a Chase vibe. Chase shouldn't even be in the show. He should have lost to Derek fucking a while ago in his 2-on-1. I don't want to talk about Chase. My boy's fine. He made a mistake, but JoJo Joelle will realize when he says, oh, I'm sorry, can I see you for a second? I love you. And she's like, oh, I needed to hear that, blah, blah. He's not going home. Chase is going home. And Luke's going to the finals. And then it's just a toss-up from there. But if she doesn't... Okay, let me just quickly, if I can bring it up.
Yep.
Read the third of my 3 notes that I took yesterday. And that would be... Robbie... Oh, no, Robbie. Joelle said she thinks she's going to let go of Luke, which never happens. Let me just read the whole quote before I explain things.
Break it down.
Joelle said that she thinks she's going to let go of Luke, which never happened. Chase should have been out after the 2-on-1 in Argentina. If Chase goes further than Luke, I'll kill myself. And if Luke doesn't win, I'll kill myself. Now, let me quickly explain the whole which never happens part. Is that the whole, like, a part of the episode was Joelle saying, like, while they're at the airport, she's got to do the rose ceremony, like, I don't know what to do. I think I need to let Luke go. That's never been a thing.
Yeah.
Like, all the viewers out there, while you're waiting in suspense for this rose ceremony, real quick, spoiler alert, Joelle's gonna send Luke home.
You can stop watching now. No need to keep watching, because you know what's gonna happen.
That doesn't happen. That pissed me off. Can't believe they even put it in the show. Luke's going to the finals. Fucking, I don't like JoJo that much anymore. Joelle. I called her JoJo because that's how much I don't like her.
Because that's how mad you are at her.
Yeah.
So, I told you, I was going to bring this up. I brought this up earlier in the episode. I talked to my mom, and she was giving me her takes on the remaining contestants, we will call them. She said Luke...
Because that's what they are, I think.
Yeah, this is a verbatim. This is a quote. Luke, he kind of has a weird mouth, and that was it. That's all my mom said.
A weird mouth.
Yeah, she goes, Luke kind of has a weird mouth, and that's all she said about Luke. So take it for what it's worth. Luke might have a weird mouth. That's what my mom thinks.
I'll try to pay attention to it more.
But yeah, and so
it's not going to swing the other.
I think just the last thing to say about the episode was it's just the to be determined, TBD. It's a TBD episode. That's just so frustrating. What?
It's not TBD. It's TBC because it was to be continued. To be determined is like different.
Yeah. This is a TBC episode. Yeah, that's so frustrating when you like put in like 2 hours of your time, and then they go like, "There's no payoff." So you really didn't have to watch the episode tonight. You could have watched it any other time that you had free time before the next episode.
Because there's no spoiler. There's no internet spoilers.
Yeah.
Fucking maddening. Now, next episode, if there's not... I think we talked about this. I don't even know if next episode is the finale. But,
no, it's I think it's like the overnights, and then like it's a 2-day, and the next day is like guys tell all. So then we'll get like the inside scoop.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear from my boy Chad.
I know, me too. We're very excited for Chad. We actually just had what were we saying?
No, Chad just is he's a great guy. He's for some good entertainment.
We actually had who's the Bachelor guy that liked one of our tweets the other day? He'll probably be there. He was on this season.
It was one of the, I don't even know if I can say this, one of the African Americans.
I think he was tan. I don't know if he was black or just like Brazilian.
I can't remember. Fans out there, you think we're just small time? We've got an actual bachelor that follows us, right?
No, he's not following us. He just liked a couple tweets we did.
Shit.
And you know what?
Still not bad though.
Still not bad. But this guy, I tweeted at him and I said, "Hey, why don't you come on Drinks and Things? We'll accept you and we won't send you home." And I didn't hear back from him. So if you're gonna like what we're tweeting about, and you don't respond to that, like that's maybe the reason why he got sent home in the first place. He was all about himself. He wasn't about Joel whatsoever. He's a very selfish guy, I think. I like to think he's very selfish. That's it.
We hashtag the Bachelorette on this video, and he watches again. I mean, absolute no chance he comes on the show.
Well, no, if whoever you are, I forget your name, but I tweeted at you, and if you wanna come on the Drinks and Things recap and review of the Bachelorette, you're more than welcome. We have open arms. We'll welcome you all the time, and you can kind of save face because right now you kind of just sound like you came onto the show for yourself, and you're all about yourself and nobody else, and nobody likes that type of person.
Nobody likes, especially me. All right, well, I think we got to wrap that up, huh?
Wrap it up. Yeah.
This has been a good recap, and we came into today more sober than we were yesterday when we started. I've got a big bottle of wine, and I think I'm leaving a little more buzzed than I did last night. But we said let's just breeze through this because we've already done it once, and I think we took a little longer than before.
Yeah, which
always happens.
It always happens.
Always happens. Yeah.
Drinks and Things has too many technical difficulties, but we work through it because we're professionals.
We are professionals. Fucking professionals. Don't question that, man. Jesus. Sorry. But, I mean, that's it. That's this week's episode of the review and recap. If you like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell your friends to subscribe. I mean, there's a big clan out there that really loves The Bachelor, Bachelorette. You gotta let them know this is where it's at if you want the hot takes on it. But yeah, like us, comment, share, anything is appreciated.
Yeah.
And
It's just
any hate,
ooh, I would love if we got a little hate. Spice it up a little bit.
I love a little hate. Yeah, let's talk about some shit. That's what I like. But yeah, that's the review and recap. I had a good time. You have a good time?
Always. I love talking to Bachelorette, and that's kind of weird, but I love it because it's pretty fucking entertaining.
Yeah, we just judge. It's always fun to judge people.
That's true. Wait, did we cheers?
Well, that being said, I think we have cheers, but I'm ready for a real one.
Boom. Here we go.
It is.